How important is AmeriCorps to Habitat Charlotte?
Well, that's an easy question. I really think the AmeriCorps program has transformed Habitat Charlotte the last 15 or so years that we've had volunteers or AmeriCorps members. I think we've had upwards of about 170 members thus far. And I think the most obvious impact to some is its affordable labor. And that has really been a dramatic influence on our ability to build more houses and to serve more families here in Charlotte. But I think the more intangible, which is just the spectacular group of folks that have come through the AmeriCorps program, have just completely transformed who we are. They bring an energy that is invaluable, just a sense of spirit that, and a sense of optimism that I really believe has changed our affiliate for the better. And in the end, we've served more families thanks to the service of those in the AmeriCorps program. So we're indebted to AmeriCorps, and we're grateful for the experience that they've brought to us.
AmeriCorps was an amazing experience. Not only did it teach me about construction, but it exposed me to new ideas and new cultures and allowed me to travel to new places. Most importantly, AmeriCorps has shown me the power of people believing that it is important to help others. It's inspiring to see the transformation that can happen in a community when a group of people come together in service.
How has AmeriCorps impacted your life?
Well, I joined AmeriCorps knowing that I wanted to be serving others, but I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do that. So AmeriCorps gave me a great opportunity to try out a lot of different service opportunities. I started in AmeriCorps NCCC and worked in an elementary school, worked at a Salvation Army, worked at a Boys and Girls Summer Camp. I built trails for the Forest Service, so I really got to experience a lot of different service opportunities. And I work closely with 12 people, 12 teammates who come from all different backgrounds. So I also got the chance to really get to know people that I might not have otherwise gotten to know all that well. So AmeriCorps was just a great teaching opportunity. So between the people that I was working with as teammates as well as the people that we were serving, I really got the chance to meet a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds, and it really broadened my horizons, helped me to gain different perspectives on how people saw life and what was important to different people, and that was a really valuable opportunity for me. I also really loved the idea of AmeriCorps being a national movement, and so it wasn't just me and a few people going out to serve others in one community, but in addition to us doing that, which was important, we were also part of a national movement of people that were going out to solve the toughest problems that our country faced. And I really felt kind of like I was serving my country and that I was a part of a group of people that were working to strengthen the country and solve its biggest problems. And that was really important to me and a really big reason of why I wanted to do it. So yeah, that was kind of my AmeriCorps experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
As a former AmeriCorps, how important are current AmeriCorps to your job responsibilities at Habitat Charlotte?
Well, I interact with AmeriCorps every single day. My job on staff is to build houses, and so I have a team of 2 AmeriCorps that work closely with me every day, leading and training volunteers, as well as working really hard. I have one of them on site here right now, and they enable me to do what I need to do by helping lead and train everybody that comes out on site. And then more on a personal note, I would say that I'm consistently challenged and inspired by these folks that year after year come out and give of themselves, being willing to live on very little money and work hard to impact their neighbors and their communities.
As a former AmeriCorps, how has the AmeriCorps program impacted your life?
The AmeriCorps program has had a huge impact on my life. Before I came down here to Charlotte, when I was looking into AmeriCorps, people talked about how cool the program is and how it would change your life. And I honestly wondered, kind of questioned that, how it could change my life. And then I came down here and I worked with Habitat in Charlotte, and it has. And it's had a huge impact on me, from the people that I've worked with, not only on staff, but the volunteers that I get to work with out on site, the community members that come out, and just the work that we do. And I'm inspired every day by the work that we do and the people that surround me. And it has impacted me greatly, and it really has changed my life.
How has AmeriCorps been a worthwhile experience for you?
AmeriCorps has just allowed for me to reach out to a community and to a people that I wouldn't have ever come in contact with otherwise. It's allowed me to learn new skills that I can then bring into other nonprofit sectors. But really the most important thing is it's allowed me to meet homeowners, to spend time with them, to love on them in just ways that I wouldn't be able to had there not been the funding for this program, had there not been the time put in by dedicated individuals to allow for these projects and these different partnerships that have occurred. And yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
As a former AmeriCorps who works for Habitat Charlotte, what is the impact of AmeriCorps on the Habitat community?
I think it's a really vast improvement. We've had AmeriCorps here in Charlotte since the early 80s, and I just think that with the amount of people that have come through as AmeriCorps and since stayed to become staff, such as myself, or come on to our staff in different areas, either in the office or working for our restore, I think AmeriCorps in general has made a huge impact on our Habitat family here in Charlotte. But more than that, the amount of AmeriCorps that have been out here and worked year after year have really changed the Charlotte community as a whole. Just today I had some folks around the neighborhood walking over and talking to our AmeriCorps and learning about Habitat. So not only are they here serving the current family, but they're also spreading the word to other community members about what we do here at Habitat. So I think that they're extremely critical to what we do in serving the community here, and also obviously as kind of assistants to our construction staff, we really do need them. We would not be able to do the amount of work that we do here in Charlotte without them. So I love the program. I was a former AmeriCorps, and I would really hate to see it go away.
As a former AmeriCorps member, how critical has AmeriCorps been for Habitat Charlotte?
Well, I'd say it's been very critical. Habitat Charlotte has around 20 AmeriCorps members, National Direct and VISTA. I think it would be safe to say that we wouldn't serve nearly as many homeowners as we are able to with the AmeriCorps if the program didn't exist. I believe it's crucial because we've been able to serve Habitat Charlotte's been able to serve over 1,000 families since 1983. And although AmeriCorps hasn't been around for that long, the time that it has been around, our production has increased a lot. We've been able to serve a lot of homeowners and get to know them in the process and really work with them in building their homes and others' homes.
How do former AmeriCorps continue to be part of this community?
Well, I could talk about Habitat Charlotte first. We've had about 15 former AmeriCorps members that have moved on to staff positions here at Habitat Charlotte and continue to make an impact on the affiliate, and I think that speaks pretty loudly. That's almost 10% of the AmeriCorps members that have come through the program. I'm one of those, by the way. And then if you look at the broader community, we've had folks that have continued on to work in the local school districts teaching. We have folks that have moved on to work with affordable housing and other facets. And so I really think people leave their AmeriCorps experience with a sense of optimism and a sense of an ability to continue to make a change in this community, specifically here in Charlotte and then beyond, of course. So I think AmeriCorps shapes each individual to continue to make an impact beyond their AmeriCorps experience.
Since 1997, Habitat Charlotte has hosted over 120 AmeriCorps members. They've helped build over 700 homes and supervised 70,000 volunteers. We needed their help then and we need it now, so please support Habitat AmeriCorps.